So I'm gonna start reviewing a lot of the movies that I own. I have on DVD and some on my phone that I watch. So here we go. I'm gonna probably do two movies relating to prison today. I may do maybe like a 2-in-1 video. I don't know. But the first movie that I want to do a review on that's really good, and I only watched it once. I didn't watch it again. So when I watch a movie one time, I may not know all the characters. I may not know all the names. I may not know everything unless I watch it maybe 5, 6 times. But this is my review of the movie Shawshank Redemption from 1994. Morgan Freeman is in this movie. The guy that voices Mr. Krabs, and he plays a prison guard in The Hurricane, is in this movie. Those are the only actors that I know of. And from the start, I knew this was going to be something good because it was always talked about, but I never watched it until damn near 30 years after it came out. So, just give you a little summary of the movie. This is what I believe. This is what I learned from watching it for the first time. It's about a man that is sent to prison for the murder of his wife and her lover. He maintains that he's innocent. He was not responsible for the two killings. In spite of his innocence, he is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms. And from the gate, I just see how fucked up the prison system is in the 1940s. This is in 1947. So he is in prison. And the first, like the processing stage, it's like they just spray you with a hose and they throw some shit on you and just treat you like a damn animal. They smack him with look like baby powder. And that guard that is the voice of Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob, I believe he killed the guy. So this really chubby dude, because when they were all walking in to the off the bus, I guess they were betting on people who was going to break first, and it was the chubby dude who was crying. And I guess they killed him. They beat him, sent him to the infirmary. I believe they killed him, because I looked at the Wikipedia's summary of the movie. But the movie is a little sick to look at the first time. That's why I took a break watching it. The main character is raped a lot of times. He's raped by these by a gang, the Sissies boys. They rape him. But it only stops when he has a use for the guards, because he is a banker and he has knowledge in finance. So the guards beat the fuck out of the guy that raped him like the last time. They crippled him to the point where they sent him to like another prison/hospital. In his cell, he has a like a poster of this actress. I forgot her name. That comes out a lot later though, but he has like little rocks on his shelf, and he has like a poster of her on the wall. A lot of posters on his wall. And the warden is a real piece of shit. This is why I don't really like about Christians. Christians, they're so strong with like the Bible. They say how the Bible says this and that, but look what you're doing to people in here. Look how you're treating them. I feel that Christians, I want to throw this in here. Christians are probably some of the worst people ever. And that goes for all Christians. But anyway, they're processing him in the jail. Well, that didn't happen. So he wasn't. So the last time, my fault. So he wasn't raped. Actually, they just beat him because he wasn't trying to go for that shit like the last time where they beat him really bad. He was in the infirmary for like a whole month. So, he makes, the prison staff and the warden money from his, knowledge in finance and banking. And, over time, just to fast forward, there's another inmate who, because this is like the 1960s, and there's an inmate dressing like Elvis, He's in here for burglary and theft. He stole like a TV, and he has knowledge of a guy that he met in another prison who confessed to killing two people, the same people that the main character is in prison for. So he tells the warden about this, and the warden doesn't want to hear this shit. He sends him to solitary confinement. And they eventually killed a guy who had the information about the inmate that killed the two other, like the wife and the lover. So just to fast forward, it was a scene too where the main character was playing this song. He was playing like a record on the intercom, and that got him sent to the hole for like a few weeks. Because I thought him and the warden, the asshole that beat the guy to the beat him where he crippled him, I thought they were cool, like they were on good terms. But he smacked the fuck out of that glass. What else? Yeah, to fast forward. One day, him and Morgan Freeman, the main character, were talking about, going to Mexico, like the Texas and Mexico border, and just seeing what life had to offer there if they were ever planning to escape. Because his witness is killed. And by the way, he was tutoring his witness, the guy who witnessed the other inmate, the guy that heard the actual killer say that he committed those crimes. He was helping him. The main character was helping him study for his GED. He eventually got it. I think the first time he only got 2 answers right. But when he was killed, he was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to be stuck in this prison forever. So one day he woke up. Everybody was up. They were doing like head count, and they realized that he wasn't in his cell. They went to his cell, and they realized, and I thought he hung himself because he needed some rope. But they saw that he was gone, and they were asking around like, where the fuck is he? Where is he? And Morgan Freeman didn't know where he went. So eventually they looked through the little poster that he had, the one where he had like the picture of the actress. I think he changed it to Marilyn Monroe at this point. But where he had that picture of Marilyn Monroe, it was actually a big ass hole that he was fucking with. He was breaking that hole. He was making that hole for all the time he's been there, and that's where the rocks and the sculptures that he had on his little window, like on his near like the window, that's where all those came from. But he managed to make a hole after all those years, and he finally had enough. And a lot of the money that he got from helping the guards, he cashed that in. He went to like 10 banks. He got like $300,000. He sent a letter to the warden, and that got attention to all the corruption and the fuckery that goes on in that jail. And the warden wound up blowing his fucking brains out. They arrested the other guard that was hurting people. And Morgan Freeman's character was eventually released from prison after 30 years. He wound up going to that spot that the character told him to go to, and that gave him enough money to go, and they reunited, and that's the end of the story. And one more movie I want to talk about that was really good is another. It's not really in prison, but it's a great movie. Starring Raymond St. Jacques. He so this is the same movie that was written by Chester Himes. He wrote the movie and book Cotton Comes to Harlem. So this is a classic movie. This is and the author and the writer of this movie actually did a bit in jail himself. So I could tell you more about this one because I felt I could relate to it more. So this is a movie about a man who breaks out of prison. He breaks out of a prison for a crime that he also didn't commit. It's a murder. And, there's a, APB on his ass. They're like, we got to find this guy that just escaped from prison. Now, I forgot his name, to be honest, but we'll just call him Raymond for the sake of that. So, Raymond's character broke out of prison, and it was this white dude who noticed him. I believe they were like, you know what? I want to do a part 2 to this.